On September 3rd, 2025, we pause once again to reflect on lives that illuminated the world in their own unique ways. From the courts of basketball to the halls of politics, from the vibrant studios of modern art to the bright glow of digital culture, each of these individuals left behind a story that speaks to creativity, courage, and perseverance. They came from different generations, different callings, but shared a devotion to their craft and their communities. In remembering them, we remember the spirit of progress, the idea that every talent, whether humble or world-renowned, contributes something enduring to the human story. Born in Monticello, Kentucky, Whitey Bell was a pioneer from the early days of professional basketball. As a guard for the New York Knicks in the 1950s and early 1960s, Bell played during an era when the sport was still defining itself, when dedication and teamwork mattered more than glamour. Bell's sharp shooting and tireless defense made him a reliable presence on the court, but his true mark came in his influence off it, mentoring young athletes, encouraging discipline, and exemplifying sportsmanship long after his professional days were over. He played not for headlines, but for the love of the game, the echo of bouncing balls in empty gyms, the drive to improve, the joy of competition. At 92, Whitey Bell is remembered not just as a player from basketball's formative years, but as a man whose steady example helped shape the culture of the sport for generations to come. When Doris Cook took the field in the 1950s, she was doing something few women had the chance to do, playing professional baseball in the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, representing teams such as the Kalamazoo Lassies, Springfield Sallies, and South Bend Blue Sox. She was part of a generation that broke barriers with every swing of the bat. Cook's career wasn't just about the statistics. It was about opportunity, courage, and paving the way for the women who would come after her. She embodied the spirit of perseverance, thriving in a league that inspired the classic film A League of Their Own and changed the course of women's sports history. After her playing days ended, Cook remained an ambassador for women's athletics, often speaking to young players about the value of teamwork and the importance of believing in themselves. At 94, Doris Cook left behind not only a legacy of athleticism, but a story of quiet revolution, a reminder that sometimes the most powerful change begins with simply stepping onto the field. Rosalind Drexler was an artist whose work defied boundaries. Over the course of her long and extraordinary career, she became known as a painter, novelist, playwright, and screenwriter, a creative force whose work challenged convention and celebrated imagination. Emerging in the 1960s pop art movement, Drexler's paintings blended bold imagery with sharp social commentary, often exploring themes of fame, identity, and gender. Her pieces hung beside those of Warhol and Lichtenstein, but her voice was distinctly her own, fierce, feminist, and unafraid. As a writer, she earned an Emmy Award in 1974 and authored numerous plays and novels, each infused with wit and insight. Those who knew her described her as endlessly curious, always experimenting, always pushing the limits of what art could express. At 98, Rosalind Drexler leaves behind a luminous legacy, one that reminds us that true creativity knows no boundaries, and that art, in all its forms, is an act of courage. To the art world, Robert Grosvenor was a visionary of form and space. As a sculptor and co-founder of the legendary Park Place Gallery, Grosvenor redefined the possibilities of minimalist and conceptual art in the 1960s. His monumental sculptures, often constructed from industrial materials like steel, wood, and glass, invited viewers to confront the relationship between object, environment, and perception. But beyond the critical acclaim, Grosvenor remained humble, letting his work speak for itself. Over a career spanning 6 decades, his installations appeared in major museums, including the Whitney and MoMA, and inspired generations of artists to explore the boundaries of structure and abstraction. At 88, Robert Grosvenor leaves a world richer for his vision, a world shaped, quite literally, by a sense of balance, proportion, and creative daring. Stephen Mendillo was an actor of depth and quiet power, known for memorable performances in Slapshot, Broadcast News, and Lone Star. His career, spanning stage and screen, was marked by authenticity, a rare ability to disappear into his roles and bring truth to every line. Born in New Haven, Connecticut, and trained at the Yale School of Drama, Mendillo became a beloved figure in American theater and film. Directors admired his professionalism, Fellow actors cherish his generosity. Off-screen, he was a devoted teacher and mentor, often guiding young performers toward confidence and craft. At 84, Stephen Mendillo is remembered not for fame, but for the honesty he brought to his art, the kind of acting that doesn't just entertain, but reveals something deeply human. In the digital age, fame can take many forms, and few embody that truth as boldly as Rolling Ray. Born Raymond Harper, he rose to prominence through social media, becoming known for his humor, charisma, and unapologetic individuality. Though often polarizing, Ray turned personal challenges into public empowerment, inspiring countless followers with his confidence and resilience. Living with disability, he used his platform to advocate for self-acceptance and the power of being authentically oneself. At just 28, his life was brief but bright, a reminder that influence today comes not from status, but from connection, and that even in a world of screens, genuine humanity can still shine through. Today, we honor Whitey Bell, Doris Cook, Rosalind Drexler, Robert Grosvenor, Stephen Mendillo, William Pliska, Larry Robinson, and Rolling Ray. Their paths were varied. Athlete, artist, actor, legislator, innovator, yet all shared devotion to excellence and authenticity. They gave their time, their talent, and their truth to the world, leaving behind echoes that will continue to inspire. In art and sport, in politics and popular culture, their stories remind us that legacy isn't measured by years, but by the lives we touch along the way.